Boom. The only thing to fear really truly is fear itself. I know we've been hearing that phrase since like the dawn of time, but it's so true, and I'll explain in this video. Hi, I'm Julia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I am in the spirit of Halloween because it is Halloween. By the time you see this, Halloween will be over, but still, Halloween weekend. And I have on my little skeleton pants to be in the spirit, and my little Halloween, I guess they're bunny ears. I don't know, some type of animal, some type of creature. It's cute. I'm with the vibes. But I thought fear and Halloween would be the perfect topic to talk about today because, you know, it's the season. It is spooky season. And this whole holiday really is about embracing the scary, the spooky, the weird, the disgusting, the unknown, the paranormal, the supernatural, all of that. Because yes, we are humans, and we have all the human conditionings and experiences, and some of that is scary, some of that is disgusting, some of that is creepy. And also on the spiritual end, on the other side of all that, you know, as above so below, we have all that in the spiritual realms too, in the ethereal, astral, whatever dimensions exist outside of just this physical time space. Because at the end of the day, everything is the one thing. We are all the same. We are all the one. We all encompass all of the beauty and all of the creepy. As you can see, I love this holiday. It is so amazing. And last year, I really got to go to Halloween Town. I went to Salem with my friend, and we did like a whole little New England road trip and really got to see all the cute occult stores and stuff like that. And I really did get a bunch of fun witchy stuff that is chilling on my little desk vanity area, which you could consider an altar as well. I'm always connecting with the other side. Literally 2 nights ago, I kid you guys not, I had the craziest experience where I was just like in a meditative state, and I was hearing voices in my head speaking in other languages. I didn't know if they were human languages or what, because I couldn't decipher what they were saying, but it was crazy. So it could have just been me in another space-time speaking the language I speak. Who knows? Maybe people, entities were trying to contact me. I don't know. But I got a little scared. And guess what happened when I got scared? The voices actually got a little louder. I started to hear more of what they were saying because I was like, oh my god, how do I get rid of it? I'm scared. And then I got rid of it. But I think if I would have embraced it and been more curious instead of afraid, then maybe I might have been able to figure out and decipher what they were saying. And if they were friendly, if they weren't, it doesn't matter. You don't need to fear. Because when you fear, you get more of the vibration of fear. But on the flip side, when you're unbothered by the thing that scares you and you are brave and you're like, okay, you know what? I do feel like this is unknown and could be creepy, could be scary, could be a little spooky. And I feel that, I acknowledge that I feel that, but I'm gonna sit here brave, knowing that I am everything. And I am also this me that exists right now. So whatever is happening to me or in this space-time moment, I know I'll be okay because I continue on past this version. So whatever it is, I am here. Show me. That is bravery. But when we're so conditioned to be scared, to fear, it's hard to get there. It's hard to get to bravery. But first we kind of need to understand, like, why does fear exist in the first place? Fear only exists to protect us. So we can't look at our fear and make it an enemy and be like, bad fear, you are awful, go away. No, it's like, thank you. Thank you, I acknowledge you. You are trying to help me or trying to protect me, but I am okay. I don't necessarily need you here. Sometimes you do need the fear to be there. Like if a lion is chasing you, good, run. You should be afraid. Because if you didn't have that sense of urgency of the fear, then maybe you wouldn't run. Or maybe you would. Maybe eventually we do just evolve out of that, but maybe we don't. But either way, whether we do or don't, it's here right now. We need to use our fear to our benefit. So in that case of like an urgent situation where you need to move, okay, yes, I listen to you, I move, I run, I swerve the vehicle from the car that's coming towards me. Thank you, fear. But then there's other situations where the fear isn't really justified or necessary. Like let's say you're about to get up and do a little speech in front of a group of friends and you want to do a toast, you know, whatever, but you have a fear of speaking publicly. That type of fear is not going to help you. So in that case, we have to acknowledge the fear, breathe through it, let it go, and step into our bravery, and then go ahead and do our speech anyway. Maybe we mess up. Maybe people laugh at us. Maybe we embarrass ourselves and then we feel shame. shame. Okay, that's fine. Then we feel the shame too. We let ourselves feel the feelings, we breathe through them, and then they dissolve as we accept them. But if we don't ever accept that the fear is there, we don't ever accept that maybe there's shame underneath that fear, then we're gonna get into different territories of like resentment and anger and blame and victim mentality, and we're gonna start blaming other people and other things and ourselves for getting in these situations that cause us to feel these really uncomfortable feelings. So whether the fear is justified or not, it is there for a reason. It is trying to send you a message, and once you listen to the message, validate it, accept it, then you can move through it. I want to give you a little example of a creepy fear that I have been experiencing come to life in my reality a lot since moving to my new place. And that fear for me is actually a phobia, which I don't know the definition of phobia, but I think it's just a really strong fear about a specific thing. Let me check. A phobia is an anxiety disorder that involves an extreme, irrational, and persistent fear of an object, situation, or activity. That perfectly describes how I feel about insects, bugs, crickets, ants, spiders, things that crawl, things that go bump in the night, because I do be hearing my crickets hopping around at night. So when I moved here, I've always had a phobia of bugs since I can remember, since I was at least 30. I don't know why, but it really grew some legs at about 12 years old and turned into complete full-blown OCD. So I constantly live in this like survival mode fear state, doing very mundane things, just existing in my house or walking outside, constantly fearing, is a bug gonna touch me? Is something that I deem icky going to touch me? It's not a fun state to live in. But because I deal with this, I can't just say a daily basis, on like a literal moment-to-moment basis, I have a lot of experience with irrational fears, fearful thoughts, rumination, intrusive thoughts, all of the things. And so when I got to my new place, we had a spider problem. Boo. We then had an ant problem. Rawr. We then had a cricket problem. Cricket, cricket, ribbit. That's a frog. Shoot, throw a frog in here, I'll probably react the same way. All that being said, the more I feared the bugs, the more they showed up. The more I had these huge reactions of, oh my God, it's a giant cricket. What do I do? The more crickets appeared, the more spiders appeared. And once I got rid of one insect, another one came along, until I finally was like, you are here. They are here. You are huge. They are small. They're probably more afraid of you than you are of them. I know you're gonna think they're disgusting, and that is a really uncomfortable emotion for you to feel. And the more you feed into that emotion and the more you ruminate in that space, the more they're gonna keep showing up. Accept them. You don't have to like them, but accept them and deal with this. So along with all of the methods of removing bugs, I had to do the internal work too. Not only was I spraying all of my little crevices and putting up ant traps and all of the things, I also was internally forcing myself to do it on my own. Not be like, hey, can you come here, friend, and help me? Even though I really didn't have that many people I could call, I could definitely find someone. But I was like, no, I will do this on my own. I got this. And it wasn't until I came back from my last trip that I was like, I'm gonna clean up all the dead bug carcasses, because we had a lot of those that I was really freaked out by, just as much as the bugs themselves. And I cleaned them all up, faced the fear, was brave, was not comfortable doing it, but was so proud of myself once I did it. And then I made a pact with myself to look at each bug that comes in that I remove as, you know, a friend that I'm trying to set free. Does it work all the time? Not always. Like, I'll see a cricket and I'm still like, ooh, a cricket. But I do honor the fact that he probably doesn't want to be here as much as I don't want him here. So we do the cup and paper towel method and throw him outside and set him free. Since doing that, I've had a whole hell of a lot less bugs, a whole hell of a lot less spiders and crickets. I think I saw one spider the other day, but it was too high up. I was like, you know what? Set yourself free. I'm not gonna freak out. And I didn't. And I haven't seen him since, so who knows where he went, but I'm okay. He's okay. Because at the end of the day, all these things that we fear are just external aspects of ourselves, because we are all one. So doing the external work is just as important as doing the internal work, and doing the internal work is just as important as doing the external work. But if a fear or a phobia or something that you are afraid of is repetitively showing up in your reality, it's for a reason. And it's here to help you let go of something. It's here to help move you in the right direction. It's not here to hurt you. Although if it's a tiger running right at you, yeah, if that's happening on a repetitive basis, I think we gotta have a different conversation. But if we're talking about, you know, the creepy crawly bugs, if we're talking about facing your social anxiety, if we're talking about any fear, that is not gonna kill you. Sight unseen. I think it's safe to say that we just have a limiting belief around this thing, and it is showing up for us to work through it. Before I go, I want to give you guys one more example of facing your fears, because I think it is so important for us to push ourselves to do so. No matter how old we are, no matter where we are or what we're going through, you will feel a sense of accomplishment and joy and confidence when you face these fears. So over the past few weeks, I've been invited to 2 influencer events, and normally I don't go to these things alone because I'm scared that like the other influencers will be judging me and blah 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 blah. But I was like, you know what, I'm here in LA, I'm lucky enough to be invited to these events. I'm gonna go, even though they're not giving me a +1, and I'm just gonna show up with the best energy possible and have the best time that I could possibly have. So the first event I went to, I got my nails done. They gave me some free nail polish. It was great. The second event I went to, also got some free nail polish, and I met a subscriber, which was amazing. I don't need subscribers every day, and when I do, it's really exciting for me and for them. And she was super sweet, and it just felt so divinely orchestrated. Like I felt like I was in the right place at the right time for this experience. And I also was like, you know what, let me do something else even more brave, because I am here and I'd like to spice up the vibes and challenge myself to step out of the comfort zone. So I decided to give the cute bartender my number, and he ended up texting me. Nothing ever came of it, but did I feel bad? No. I felt good because I was like, oh, I can do that. Like I can just like be outgoing if I want to be. Hell yeah, pat on the back for that. It definitely made me feel more confident. And that's the type of thing that I wouldn't normally do. In fact, on a regular day, sometimes I get scared to like just pull up to the grocery store and do my thing because I'm like, there's so many people around. But again, that's not a fear that's gonna kill you. It's in fact the opposite probably will kill you by not just putting yourself out there and living your life to the fullest. You will suffer in ways that could be completely avoided by just following your joy, following your heart, pushing yourself, challenging yourself to try new things, to do new things that align with who you truly feel you are within. So on that note, I challenge you to face at least one fear this week. Could be small, could be big, whatever you feel capable of in this moment. And I will see you in next week's video next week. I love you guys so much. I hope you had a happy Halloween. Bye.